Hey everyone, welcome to a good e-reader review video. My name is Michael.
This is Peter.
We have the Cybook Muse HD made by Bookeen.
Yeah.
This e-reader is pretty solid in terms of overall specs. Ian Carter's screen is 6 inches. It's 1448 by 1072 at 300 ppi, and it has 20 different levels of frontlit, and it's using an all-winner 1 gigahertz processor. So it's not a Freescale processor. It's all-winner.
Yeah.
So hopefully
only winners use this one.
Only winners. So yeah, I mean, let's take a look at the hardware.
Honestly, this thing looks like one of the coolest e-readers we've seen. It's edgy, it's literally, it's modernized, it's super really well
It doesn't
sculpted.
look like anything else out there.
So we'll see here, we have almost a double bezel, and it is flush screen and bezel. We have almost a double bezel going on here. Nice geometric shapes that wrap around the left and right page turn buttons, as well as the menu button. You have kind of a signature cut off here. It's 45-degree angle chisel. The back is completely beveled on the edge. Really nice backing, shows a little bit of fingerprints, and on the bottom you have a micro SD card slot, expandable memory, a micro USB, and a power button.
This is a software experience. It shows the book that, like the latest book that you opened, percentage read, how far you are in the book, your library, and the bookstore. In order to view any of the content on the bookstore, you first need to register an account. All the books are in French. It's a mix of paid and free digital content. You can just click here and look at all the different books like on your library, or you can click the home button and click on library, and you can see like really basic stuff. You can set up new folders and collections and you know, sort of organize your books. You could click on this button on the top corner here and sort by just book covers.
Kind of a grid.
Yeah. And it's really basic sort of sort buttons: title, author, date, added, file name. You can click on like free books. Kind of get a sense on like how Bookeen organizes their store here. So again, all in French, en français. You can just click here, you know, download EPUB and stuff like that. Here's the menu. You have about interface orientation. Interface orientation is actually pretty excellent because you actually you can change it from portrait to landscape to inverted. But if you have 2-finger rotation turned on and you go to like the main screen, you can actually just do what Peter's doing, and you can flip it from landscape to portrait mode by just like twisting your fingers, which is cool.
No other e-reader does that.
Yeah, no e-reader does that.
No.
You could also invert these buttons, so instead of this being like the page forward button, you can make this the back button. Menu languages, you know, basically every major language is there.
Yeah.
Available dictionaries, you have like Cambridge, French to English, things like that.
Deutsch.
Yeah, so you could import your own dictionaries. We do have a tutorial on how to do that with the Nolum e-reader that is using the same software as Bookeen.
It's pretty much interchangeable there.
And you can set page refreshes from every 5 pages, 10 pages, or have no page, like full page refreshes, but you'll have ghosting if you're like reading a long book. It's an ebook.
So here's the e-reading experience. The page turns are very nice. You can press the page turn button, the actual side, or you can swipe. So that's really cool. Where it kind of takes you out of reader immersion is when you go to long press on something. It takes you completely out of the book into a separate menu. No little half screen pop-ups or anything like that. It takes you completely out of it. So you have to click on some dictionary things to kind of further pursue what you're trying to look at, and I have highlighted the word put, and it's just a little bit strange how it kind of takes you out of that.
Yeah.
And you can't make highlights and notes on the one highlight. You actually have to highlight more than one word in order to get this menu here, which is the highlight and note. We're gonna look at the keyboard while we're here. Standard QWERTY keyboard. It catches everything you do. It's not the most responsive, but it doesn't skip any letters. You have a secondary and tertiary set of keys here. You can press X to get out. And then if you tap in the center, once again, it takes you completely out of it, no top bar or anything like that, to the text settings, in which you have to click on that. Everything changes live once you're here, but it's 2 or 3 steps out of the actual book to get here. So a little bit of a strange journey to get here, but once you're there, it's pretty good. You have alignment, many different fonts,
and everything's
styles.
sort of updated in real time, but you only have like the top half of the screen to like look, which is basically like 3 or 4 lines of text, and that's it.
And I would have liked to see something like you tap the top or the bottom or something, but it takes you out of the book. It's very strange.
So this does have a frontlit display. I believe it has 28 different ways that you can do it. It does have a way that you can just turn it off if you're holding down the home button.
That's right.
And then if you hold it down again, it'll go back to the front light and go back to whatever brightness setting that you did.
Yeah, I don't see really anything wrong with the front light. A little bit of gray zones in all 4 of the corners, but it does not in any way affect the text. The text is very, very readable. This is very easy to turn off and on. It has a lot of different variations, so you can change the luminosity, and you can actually turn it off, unlike most even Amazon devices.
Yeah. In the end, this e-reader is pretty solid. We're going to have a link to where you can buy this, as well as the purchase price and everything in the YouTube description, so pay attention to that. Drop a comment below. Let us know what you think about this e-reader. And for GoodEreader.com, my name is Michael.
This is Peter.